What's going on, guys? MrYorkiesWorld here, and welcome to probably the last 777-200 video that I will be doing from Doncaster Sheffield Airport, which is my local airport. I'm going to start doing some of the flights at some point. We are going to Canada today, or tonight, should I say, and it's going to be around a 6 or 7 hour flight all the way to Montreal, Quebec. So that should be pretty interesting. The airport that we're actually flying to will be CYUL, or Charlie Yankee Uniform Lima. So that should be a pretty different, it's going to be a pretty different experience for me because I've never done this before. I've never done a flight this long. So we are literally setting up the aircraft. We're going to do the oxygen first. So let's just go over if EasyDoc wants to work. There we go. Let's just test all the oxygen. Yeah, I'm going to start doing some different legs, possibly some England flights, just around England, and possibly some exotic locations, such as places such as Italy or Rome, or places like that. Just list something in the description or the comment section even. I can't get my words out today. List something in the comment section. Let me know what you'd like to see. As ever, I've got a few suggestions from you guys already, so I'm just wanting a bit more feedback, and hopefully I'll be able to put that feedback into into good use and everything. So let's just set the altimeter. There we go. FS actions. We'll just complete that first parking brake and everything, and just complete the checklist. FS actions, fuel. So we're going to be taking a total of 139,757 pounds of fuel today. I'm not going to bother with the payload. I'm just going to leave it at the default. And I will check everything on the overhead just to make sure that everything is in order. I think it is. We just need to start the ADIU and everything, and we'll do that in just a second, but everything else is fine. Should be ready for departure pretty soon, but I will switch on the ADIU and the pumps and everything first before I proceed. So start the APU. The passenger lights are on, every other light is on as well. We might need to turn the anti-ice on in a second because it is quite cold outside. Close the checklist down. Nice wing view with the baggage on its way somewhere. And obviously the marshal's just waiting there to actually store it onto the aircraft. So let's get started. So menu, FMC, if it works, there we go. Pos init, and we're Echo Golf Charlie November. Gate 5 will rob the GPS position. Stick it in, route. And we're going to request the route that we've already got saved, which is this top one. I've got one for 06 right, but we're going to be landing hopefully at 24 left today. Let's just stick in some fixed information now. I like to multitask, get it done. So I do my usual 15, 30 and 150. And at about 150 miles away, or kilometers away, or wherever it is, I start my descent. So there we go. That's that set. And we'll load the actual route. So route 1 uplink is loading, so that's good. So it's EGCN-CYUL 001, which has got everything calculated, including the altitudes and the legs and the perf init page. Everything has got perfect configuration for the flight, so we'll be good. Going to put the ILS frequency, which is 110.50-239. Stick it in there we go. We'll accept that. And we'll go to thrust limit. Wind data uplinks ready. Okay, we'll just wait to go through. Yeah, thrust limit. Takeoff. Flaps 5. Centre of gravity. We'll stick the winds in. Let me just have a look on Active Sky next. The winds are 310 at 21. So the wind is actually quite strong, but hopefully we won't have much of an issue on takeoff. Hopefully it won't be an issue at landing. We've got a 7 hour flight, so but shouldn't be a problem by the time we get there, unless the wind over there is terrible as well, but there we go. Okay, so V-speeds, we will stick the V-speed of 160 into the speed hold. There we go. VORs and data, as well as traffic. Flight directors, LNAV, VNAV on both sides and everything. Stick everything on. So we're almost sorted. I will warn you that mistakes are inevitable in this video because I have not spent a great deal of time on P3D. I actually run my own business, so working from home as well as doing YouTube is a huge commitment on my part. I start at 9 o'clock in the morning and I don't finish until 6:30 at night, so it can be quite demanding. However, you've got to make a living, and until my YouTube dream manages to come true and I can be doing this full time, I am self-employed, so I actually run a IT repair or PC repair business of my own, so that is pretty time consuming, as you can imagine. I spend most of my time using computers when I'm not at work, and most of the time using computers when I am at work, so I've got a pretty basic life of computers. So anyways, we're going to remove ground connections. We're going to go back. TCAS test has passed. We're going to make sure the doors are closed and everything before we proceed, and then hopefully we'll be able to request pushback, get ourselves sorted. Let's just turn off the dome light and see what it's going to look like. I'm going to adjust the lighting in the cockpit a little bit. I don't like it to be very bright, I just like it to be slightly dim on the lower, and then on the MCP I like it to be a little bit brighter. But for now we're going to leave the dome light on until we're actually ready to start taxiing. It's a usual procedure that I do. I don't know whether it's what they would do in real life, but I leave the dome light on, if it's in the night time obviously, until we actually start taxiing, or just before. So as soon as the taxi lights go on, the dome light goes off. So anyways, request pushback. Oh, do we need de-icing? I'm going to click no. Right, so it's basically saying we cannot start the engines until push is completed and the brakes are set. So that's not a problem. We'll just push back and we'll get ourselves sorted that way. So, we're almost ready. Almost. Hello GSX, I'm glad to know that you are ready for pushback because I'm ready to go. Heaters are on full because we've got a very icy temperature. I mean, it does say 3 degrees above freezing. However, it does actually feel a lot colder than that outside, personally. I've been outside today. And obviously the weather and everything and the time is live at this point in time of recording, so pretty good indication that the weather is actually quite accurate, because it really is about 3 degrees. It's not actually got above around 4 degrees today, so that's about right, to be honest. Release parking brakes, there we go. Okay, so it's just reminding us again that we can't start the engines, or it advises not to until the push is complete and the brakes are set. Not a problem on my part, it just means we're going to be slightly slower at actually getting to the takeoff phase. But it's not a problem, to be honest, we've got all the time in the world. So, look at that, Air Canada, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous livery, or livery. I always say that word wrong, I have no idea why. It's a gorgeous livery, the Air Canada one, and as ever, like I said, and like a few people have commented, I'm actually going to start doing some real world flights, and we'll see how I get on. So suggest me some in the comments section. Thank God I didn't call it the description section again, as I always do for some bizarre reason. Everything's looking good. Runway heading set, speeds are set, altitude's set. 360 is what we're going to be, well, we're actually going to be flying at 360 and climbing to 380 along the way. And then at around 150 miles away we will begin the descent. And the ILS frequency is telling us that we should capture the glide slope at around 3,000 feet. So we shall see whether that's actually accurate or not. And we'll also see what the weather's like over there, because over here it's crap, and over there it's bound to be even colder, because it's Canada, and the time of year as well. Set parking brakes, and everything is probably going to be very difficult. So, engine number 2, start. Release the fuel flow, there we go. Yeah, everything's going to be difficult over there because you can guarantee there's going to be some severe temperatures. We're going to have to use a higher level of auto brakes. And we're also going to have to be careful on landing because chances are, according to what I've seen on what the weather is like over there at the moment, or likely to be, it's a little bit windy and it may be snowing / raining, so we're in for a treat. So this is again the last video that I'm going to be doing in the 777 for a flight from Doncaster Sheffield Airport, because I've done that many flights from Doncaster Sheffield and I've really sort of abused the fact that I've got loads of other airports that I've like bought or been able to fly from apart from this one, so I'm going to start flying from the other ones. Heathrow, for example, I've got Heathrow Airport and London Gatwick, so I may do some of that at some point. Left and right are clear. Engine fuel flow released to engine number 1 now. Thought I'd turn the dome light off just to be safe. We've got the anti-ice on. Let's bring up the checklist. In fact, I do need this light on because I find it very difficult to find my way around the cabin with it off. So, recall. We will do a recall in a second. Right, that's fine. Okay. Flight controls. Let's go onto the flight controls page and do left, right, forward, back, and rudder left, right. So left is looking clear, right is looking clear. Everything's working normally. Forward and back on the yoke, or in my case joystick. Everything's running fine. Rudder left and rudder right. Looking fine. So that's the checklist item complete for flight controls, and the ground equipment is clear because we know that GSX has already told us. So before takeoff is also complete because flaps have been set to 5. Engines are looking stable, so we can switch off the APU. Just wait a few seconds. There we go. And we are now ready. So there's the tow truck over there. Dome light off again now, and taxi lights on. I'm ready to go. Almost. I just need to check through everything just to make sure I've got everything. Yep. Got the displays set as I like them. All the checklists are put away and everything and completed, so we just need to do the after takeoff checklist, which will be after takeoff. So let's try and make our way to the runway and get there in one piece, hopefully. I do notice sometimes, depending on the wind, when you actually try and use the rudder, in my case it's a twistable joystick, it can be a lot more difficult to control the aircraft and make it turn, and sometimes it can sway over to one side, and I'm just a little bit worried about it doing that on the runway, because obviously when it comes to controlling the aircraft at high speed, it's very, very difficult when you're on the ground, going at a high speed, like towards V1, to straighten it up on the runway. You know, when you first start going it's fine, but when you're reaching like above 80, 60, 80 knots, it starts to get very difficult to control the aircraft on the runway. So hopefully we won't have any issues. I won't have to do an aborted takeoff or rejected takeoff. But, I mean, I probably should be taking a different runway, to be honest, but we'll see how it goes. We only need to get to 160 for V1, so shouldn't be too much of an issue, really. So yeah, I keep saying it, guys, but remind me to do a different location next time, destination that is, and you know, or departure, should I say? In fact, both, to be honest, because I have a very small area of places that I've actually flown to and from at the moment. So I would like to actually broaden my horizons and do something different, because who wants to watch the same thing over and over again? I certainly wouldn't. So I'm loving this. I mean, look at the lights on the ground and everything. This is obviously FTX Global that's doing this, but every single video I have, I mention the lights and I mention that it's FTX Global. And to be honest, this is why I do a lot of the night flights that I do without recording them, because I get so obsessed with just doing the night flights just to see the scenery that most of the flights, some of them I don't even complete. I just do it just to see the takeoff and just to see the landing part. And I record the takeoffs and landings, which I probably should upload to YouTube because they would actually be pretty interesting for you guys to watch. But I'm going to start doing more night flights like this. Because when we get over there, it'll be actually, well, early hours. So I can't remember what time I set the flight at, because I've had to set the flight for the problem with the PMDG aircraft at the moment with the landing lights illuminating the ground. I have to set the flight time to night time and hope that by the time I get to the destination that it is still night time, or at least morning time but dark, so that the so that what you're seeing now, the actual lights, will still illuminate the ground, because otherwise they won't and it just looks terrible. So anyway, enough chit chat. Engines at 50%, looking good, so we will toga. And let's see what we're actually dealing with. Already we are getting pushed to the right. Oh my god. Okay, rudder on the joystick is being pushed all the way to the left, and we are still going to the right slightly, so that is a bit worrying, but we're making it, we're doing it. V1. And there's rotate. So, no, we did it, we managed, I think. Whoa, 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 okay then. No, we managed to do that, I think. That was okay. Nice view of the takeoff, lights in the background again. Over there is where I live. 245 or something on the speed. I usually change it every now and then. Autopilot is on, because we're above 1,000 feet. Checklist up, and we'll adjust the flaps accordingly once we reach an optimum speed to put them away. Taxi lights and strobe lights off. And a bit of lightning over there, do you see that? Okay, so flaps back up to 1 now. Just spam the altitude intervene to get up to 360. I love the beautiful scenery, I really do. FTX Global is really doing a good job, and FTX England. That's not actually how it looks at the moment, though. We don't actually have snow all over the place. There's no snow at all, to be honest, or ice. But it does feel icy outside. It feels very icy. Quite a bit of wing flex. So as you can see, we are suffering from a great deal of wind. So I'm going to turn the speed down a little bit, because we seem to be going over speed a little bit. In fact, no, we're not. No, we're alright. We're alright. I'll adjust it in a second, though. First officer view. There we go. Nice view of the cockpit there. Yeah, I will adjust the speed accordingly, because with winds like this, you can get blown around and sometimes you go over speed. So set it to 244. Not that it's going to make that much of a difference, but we'll see what happens. Pressurization set, because we're at 6,000, or above 6,000 now. Seatbelt signs auto. Everything else is fine, the anti-ice is on. And in a second I'll actually set the heading. It's 240 or something. Set it around that on the speed. And what I'll do is I'll set the heading in a minute, because I need to set the heading to what we're actually heading. It would make sense, to be honest. Checklist away. Flaps are now up. 243 on speed. Looking good. The aircraft is moving around a great deal, so I was right when I thought that it was going to be a bit of a difficult takeoff. I hope I'm not going to have a difficult landing. But look at that. That is just beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right. So we're back in the cockpit now. Speed to auto, because we're almost at 10,000 feet. Lights off. Leave the logo light on for now. And the auto seat, well, the seatbelt signs have just binged, as you heard, so that's because we're on auto. Right, so heading we will set about 284, there we go. So we're looking good. So, wish me luck. I will catch up with you guys once we actually get onto the glide path and everything over there in Canada. Look at that. Air Canada. I love the look of this aircraft. I'm trying to actually catch some of this wing flex. Can't see any at the moment. Well, there's a tiny bit. But anyways, I will catch up with you on the glide path. Okay, so welcome back. We are now on the glide slope. We are established fully on the glide slope and the localizer. We're almost configured for landing. And we've got some, what I think is snow, because it's minus, like, 14 or something outside. So, yeah, I'm assuming it's not just going to be rain. But you can see the runway lights over there for runway 24 left. It is quite windy. It is quite rainy or snowy or whatever it is. It is quite cloudy, but look at the lights. Everything else is buggering up, but look at the lights. I love it. Absolutely love it. Again, FTX Global. There is nothing special about it. I've not got any magical scenery. The airport that we're landing at is a stock airport. It's nothing special. So, I hope you like it. This is Canada. This is the first flight. It's taken almost 7 hours, but we are here. We have made it for the first time, because last time I tried doing this, P3D decided to do the full 6-hour flight and then crash in the last hour. So I wasn't very happy, as you imagine, or as you can imagine. So hopefully this time that will not happen. So we're almost established. Well, we are established, but we're almost ready. I've cut back the speed to 137. Look at that. Everything is just now... I bet this is accurate. This is actually as snowy as what it looks on here. 1,000. So the gear's down. We're at 1,000 and I'm going for it. Okay, I'm going to have to battle with the wind. Aircraft is now mine. I need to start doing this. I don't like disengaging at 1,000 unless I know for a fact I can do it. Sometimes I wait while it's a little bit lower, but let's just do it. Let's just go for it and see what happens. At least we've actually made it to the airport this time, instead of crashing halfway. So we're looking good on the localizer. And the glide path's looking okay. We just need to be a little bit to the left. And a little bit higher, but apart from that, in fact a lot higher, we need to be, yeah, we need to adjust things a little bit. This is quite difficult. I am battling with some wind. It's sort of blowing me left and right at the minute. It's not clear which way it's actually blowing me. But the pappies are looking fine. We're on our way down. 200. Landing. Hopefully. Okay, this is... It looks like we're coming in a bit fast. Oh god, I'm a bit to the right. Come on.
40, 30.
I'm actually floating.
20, 10.
Ah, there we go, there we go. We are down. Finally, so welcome to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The end of a 7-hour flight and the end of the videos that I'm going to be doing from Doncaster Sheffield as my departure. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's start the APU now before I forget. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will hopefully be here again at some point because it's a gorgeous airport. It's only a small little airport, but it's good. So I'm really looking forward to doing a flight either from here to somewhere else or from somewhere else to here in the future. So we'll take this exit. That was actually pretty good. Some gates over there. The first time I landed at this airport, it was on 06 left or 06 right, and I couldn't find the gates, and I realised it's because I've landed at the wrong place. So landing lights off and taxi lights on. Get everything sorted. We'll put the flaps away and everything. I think I've already set that going, so that's on its way up. Everything else looking fine. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Hope you enjoyed the scenery. I tried to include a little bit more scenery this time. I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm going to head for those gates that I can see over there, just up there to the left. And let's just turn off the strobe lights because we are no longer on the runway and we're not approaching the runway. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. It's been a really good experience for me because flying a 7-hour flight. I mean, obviously I didn't sit there for the full 7 hours, but coming back and just following everything and checking everything and making sure everything's perfectly fine on the way here for 7 hours. It was a big challenge because it took a lot of time out of my life and a lot of commitment to actually do. So hopefully in the future I'll be able to do some other videos that are even longer and some flights that are even longer, like maybe to the US or something. That would be pretty epic if I could do that. I'm going to try and take this gate here. I've no idea whether I'm following the taxi line because I can't see one, but here we go. It looks like this is a decent... There we go. Yeah, I'll just follow this. It's lighting it up a little bit too much for me, the taxi light, so I'll turn it off. And now I can't see it at all, so that's not really going to work. I'm just going to go right up to it, and we'll see how it goes. We've got a HSBC, and it's gate 21 that we've managed to make it to. So I'll stop about here, and that'll have to do. Turn on the dome light, and we will prepare ourselves. There we go. So engines off for the first time in 7 hours. So that's all good. Right, now TCAS or transponder off. Turn all that off. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, guys. Leave a comment, let me know what you'd like me to do next. I am really, really happy and excited to be doing a new departure and destination next time. Make me some suggestions, and as ever, I will try to accommodate those suggestions. Hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the other videos in the series. If you do want to support me and support my video making, then you can check out my Patreon page, where you can pledge a certain amount every month if you really want to, and it helps me to make videos and obviously upgrade the equipment that I need to actually make videos and everything. I don't really do this. I'm not a person to go around asking people for money, but I'm actually strongly against it. But I made my Patreon page purely and simply because when it comes to stuff like this, I do need all the help I can get from the community. So thanks for watching, guys, again for the 15th time. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.